Bitcoin holding the line above that 30K mark and putting on a little bit of juice. So you're looking at 30.2K and change. Ether coming a little bit off its 1.9 mark that we were tracking at yesterday in the Asian session. But today does mark a hard fork for Ether, the withdrawal of tokens used to back last year's transition to a proof-of-stake method of mining, also known as the merge. It took 32 Ether to participate in validating blocks. People have been staking Ether from as far back as December 2020 when the beacon chain, the methodology for proof-of-stake, was first released. Citi estimates 16 million tokens, or a seventh of the total supply worth about $30 billion, has been locked up this whole time. Now, in order to smooth out the selling, there will be limits per day on how many validators can sell. Now, joining us now to discuss what this all means, how you should potentially be positioning on the back of this into the cryptocurrency markets, and what comes next, Lennix is Managing Director of Global Institutional at OKX, and he's joining us live from our Hong Kong studio. Lennix, thanks so much for being here. Just firstly, just for, you know, the lay person that's watching right now, how significant is this merge when it does come to Ethereum?
So the implication of the merge is basically part of the transformations of the Ethereum network from proof-of-work consensus mechanisms to what we call the proof-of-stake mechanism fully. So it is very important upgrade for the Ethereum. It also implicate that one of the biggest token in the market is going to transform to the proof-of-stake mechanism.
Does it help the investment case? Because for a lot of people, you know, Bitcoin has a function in some people's minds in terms of, you know, it's a pure hedge against fiat currencies. But now Ethereum has also always been looked at as more of has more applications in the business when you're talking about smart contracts and you're talking about the like. So does this bolster in your mind the investment case for anyone who's not currently invested, considering everything that's happening?
Yeah, I think so, because it also means that the Ethereum is starting to become much more scalable. And in terms of investment case, we expect after the Shanghai upgrade, there will be a lot more people that will be interested in staking Ethereums and earn passive yield based on the network reward. And we can see that right now, currently, the use case of Ethereum is getting bigger and bigger, it's more and more. So we can still see that actually Ethereum right now is under deflation status. So meaning that the more Ethereum burn per day in the network. So it's actually help on the price improvement for the Ethereum, in terms of Ethereum.
How strong, Lennix, is the use case now of the merged entity?
Actually, there's a lot of use case already. Most of the Ethereum burns related to decentralized exchanges, NFT marketplaces. There's a lot of NFT, lots of NFT will actually build based on the Ethereum network. There's a lot of transactions around that. So it's around 6,000 Ethereum burn per day, and the numbers keep growing.
Right. Do you think that the market is really facing a crisis of confidence? I know the recent rally is alluding to the fact that maybe conviction is coming back, but some are saying it's really a deviation and a distraction from the mayhem that we are seeing in the fixed income markets for now, and so it's speculation and the hunt for yield, which is driving up the prices of the likes of Ethereum as well as Bitcoin. Your take?
Sorry, what's the question again?
I was asking you about the price action, the underlying price action of Ethereum as well as Bitcoin. Is credibility coming back into the market, and which is why prices are going up, or do you think it's just speculation once again?
So basically, the price action currently is one of the major reasons related is after last year, so crypto right now entirely is operating, is trading as relatively low leverage, and the macroeconomic is getting improved, and there's other catalysts including Ethereum Shanghai upgrade. It's actually one of the major catalysts in crypto that's driving the price action upward, and also the macroeconomic environment is right better to the crypto environment.
Okay, so we've talked a little bit about the upside case, but what about the downside case? Because there's no denying the fact that the SEC, the CFTC, regulators around the world are getting a little bit more stringent when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Are you concerned with all the work that's being done in terms of Ethereum, in terms of Bitcoin, could just get upended if the SEC really does start to get even more aggressive?
Yes, I think that might be one of the biggest concerns related to proof of stake mechanism, because there would be a lot of discussion related to, because right now you're staking Ethereum with the expectations of income that's also in Ethereum. So there's a debate currently, and also hot heat debates currently, is whether or not all the proof of stake tokens is actually considered as securities. So the technical direction, I think, is good. It's scalable to the Ethereum ecosystem. But one of the biggest concern currently would be the regulatory concern of Ethereum.
Yeah, and on regulation, how are you feeling about how regulators are progressing as far as regulating the market is concerned?
I think obviously the regulators are increasingly demand more transparency and demand more disclosure for the crypto operators, and also a lot of related discussion on staking and DeFi. I think it's part of the process for development of any frontier technologies like blockchain. Eventually, there will be a lot more clear guidance and framework that related to crypto operators, and crypto operator will be operated under those kind of governance. So it's actually better for the long term, for the even bigger traffic in terms of money.
Lennix, really quickly, because we're almost out of time, I have to ask you, because this is, I know, a lot of discussion going on in the cryptocurrency arena right now. Do you think that, you know, cryptocurrencies and cryptocurrency companies and anyone involved in the blockchain in that respect is being unfairly squeezed by the US government, particularly as many are suggesting now, or speculating, that all of this is an end-run game for the Fed now and for, you know, US CBDCs?
So crypto is a company that's involved finance, but also a lot related to technologies. So when technologies that's related to finance, obviously we expect to invite a regulation that's involved, for example, like AML or even more AML. So we see a lot more robust framework in a global scale that's asking for more guidance, more requirement in terms of regulating crypto operators. So that is something that already the industry already expected. But what exciting is blockchain technologies actually in the really critical point that we're reaching some of the very important technological breakthrough that with substantial increased capacity of the blockchain.
Lennix, good to have you on the show. Thanks very much for giving us your thoughts on Ethereum and its new upgrade.